Mr. Gonzalez, you're the CEO of AbbVie, which makes the cancer drug Imbruvica. Do you know what the annual price of Imbruvica was for a patient taking the standard 3 pills per day in 2013?
$130,000.
Okay, we had 99,766. What about today for those same 3 pills?
I think it's 169,000.
We have 181, but we can agree that there was a significant increase. Roughly, in a matter of 8 years, AbbVie more than doubled the price. Now, Mr. Gonzalez, how much money did AbbVie put directly into the research and development costs of Imbruvica before it hit the market in 2013?
We acquired Imbruvica when it was launched, so it would have been the company that we acquired.
So AbbVie, reclaiming my time, so AbbVie itself didn't spend any money to create Imbruvica. It was invented by a smaller company, Pharmaceutical, which you later acquired, correct?
We paid $21 billion for the company, correct.
It was expensive to acquire them. So you paid fair market value for Pharmaceutical, but AbbVie then doubled the price, presumably justified by its $2.45 billion investment in R&D. Are there fewer side effects for patients now than there were in 2013?
Well, we developed significant indications and expansions and other disease states.
Are there fewer side effects, sir?
No, it has the same side effect profile.
Okay. Mr. Gonzalez, do people need less of this medicine, Imbruvica, to treat lymphoma now?
No.
So AbbVie took zero risk to develop this drug. You bought it approved for the market, knowing it would be profitable. You hiked the price to pay for R&D, but you haven't made the drug any better, even as you doubled the cost. I wrote an entire report on what is essentially the Imbruvica story. Big Pharma gobbles up a small innovative company, does nothing to improve the drug, but jacks up the price. Now, you told us that you spent $2.54 billion for R&D for Imbruvica, even though the drug didn't get any better. Really, it was all for these innovations and indications, which are designed to keep competitors off the market and find new sales opportunities. So I want to look at what other money AbbVie spends doing its business. You filed 165 patents for Imbruvica. You filed patents for Humira, other drugs to keep competitors off the market. How much did you spend on litigation and settlements from 2013 to 2018?
Let me correct one thing that I think you just said. And it is not true that we didn't invest in additional indications and additional diseases. As an example, we received approval after the development work of graft versus host disease.
Reclaiming my time. Mr. Gonzalez, how much did AbbVie spend on litigation and settlements from 2013 to 2018?
I don't have that number offhand. We'll be happy to give it to you.
Okay, $1.6 billion, $2.45 billion on R&D, $1.6 billion in litigation and settlements. What about marketing and advertising? How much does AbbVie spend on that?
Well, marketing and advertising, we spend about $4 billion a year.
Yep, 4.7, 1 billion. How about executive compensation, 2013 to 2018?
2013 to 2018, it's probably on average about $60 million a year.
Try 334 on for size. Now, how much did AbbVie spend on stock buybacks and stock buybacks and dividends to enrich your shareholders from 2013 to 2018?
Well, stock buybacks, if you actually look at just pure stock buybacks, it would be about $13 billion.
Stock buybacks and dividends is the question, sir.
Dividends, and have to come back with a number for that over that period of time.
$50 billion. So, Mr. Gonzalez, you're spending all this money to make sure you make money rather than spending money to invest in, develop drugs, and help patients with affordable life-saving drugs. You lie to patients when you charge them twice as much for an unimproved drug, and then you lie to policymakers when you tell us that R&D justifies those price increases. The big pharma fairy tale is one of groundbreaking R&D that justifies astronomical prices. But the pharma reality is that you spend most of your company's money making money for yourself and your shareholders. And the fact that you're not honest about this with patients and with policymakers, that you're feeding us lies, that we must pay astronomical prices to get innovative treatments is false. The American people, the patients, deserve so much better. I yield back.